What's good, fam? Welcome back to Naija Social Trends, your spot for the realest talk about Africa's past, present, and everything in between. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and smash the bell so you don't miss out on the gist. Today, we're going deep, real deep. You've seen Burkina Faso's young lion, Ibrahim Traoré, dodging bullets and assassination plots like it's an action movie. Yeah, but here's the thing, this isn't new. Africa has got a long history of heroes who stood up to Neo-Colonialism but paid the ultimate price. So, as Ibrahim Traoré takes on the neo-colonial powers that are rising up against him, we want to recollect and honor the stories of 10 African leaders who stood firm for the liberation of their people but were taken out prematurely. If you stick to the end of the video, I've got a bonus name that will make you say, how now? I will also tell you my idea of what Africans must do to end this scourge of neo-colonial exploitation. So guy, buckle up your seatbelt and let's get into it. 10 African heroes killed for defying neo-colonialism. 1. Patrice Lumumba, Democratic Republic of the Congo, 1961. Patrice Lumumba. This man was Congo's first prime minister after independence, shouting loud for control over their own resources, diamonds, cobalt, you name it. But Belgium and the CIA, they said no way. They backed his enemies, and in 1961, Lumumba was executed, chopped up and dissolved in acid. Can you imagine the wickedness? Mobutu Sese Seko, who killed him, seized power, granted access to the colonialists, and together they stole Congo dry. That is why Congo is still a mess today. But Congo's people are waking up, honoring Lumumba with statues and street names, and they must keep pushing to control their minerals and kick out foreign looters and become the masters of their own destiny. 2. Thomas Sankara, Burkina Faso, 1987. The guy I call Africa's superhero. Burkina Faso's revolutionary president rejected IMF loans, told France to pack their bags, and even changed the country's name from Upper Volta to Burkina Faso, which means land of upright people. Sharp guy. But in 1987, his deputy, Blaise Compaoré, betrayed him in a coup and shot him dead. France and the CIA were allegedly in the mix. Burkina Faso is now celebrating Sankara's legacy with festivals and youth movements, and they are rallying behind Traoré to keep his vision alive, saying no to being Western puppets. 3. Sylvanus Olympio, Togo, 1963. This man wanted to ditch the French CFA francs and start his own currency. Smart move, right? But France said, you won't try me. In 1963, Olympio got taken out by French-trained soldiers in a coup. First African president killed like that? The message was clear. Don't touch France's wallet. This particular story vexed me well. Togo's youths are now studying Olympio's dream, and they need to push for economic freedom to break France's grip for good. 4. Amilcar Cabra, Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde, 1973. The brain behind Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde's independence from Portugal. He was all about Pan-African unity and socialism, big dreams. But in 1973, his own party members turned on him, shot him dead. What is? Portugal's spies set it all up. The West probably clapped from the shadows. Both nations honor Cabral with museums and holidays, and they must stay united to build strong economies that no colonizer can touch. 5. Muhamad Gaddafi, Libya, 2011. Gaddafi, Libya's wild card. Gaddafi wanted a gold-backed African currency to kick the dollar and euro to the curb. Plus, he had all that oil money. Too much sauce for the West. In 2011, NATO bombed Libya. Rebels finished him off, and the US, France, and UK were all smiling. Now, Libya is in chaos, but young Libyans are rising, chanting Gaddafi's Pan-African ideas, and they need to rebuild with African unity to lock out Western oil thieves. 6. Marine Ngouabi, Congo, Brazzaville, 1977. This guy was nationalizing oil, kicking French companies out, and vibing with the Soviet Union. France and the CIA didn't like that one bit. In 1977, he got assassinated in a sketchy military plot. After that, Congo swung back to the West. But Congo's activists are now digging up Ngouabi's ideas, and they must demand control over their oil to stand tall as their own bosses. 7. Samura Marel, Mozambique, 1986. Mozambique's first president, a socialist king supporting anti-apartheid fighters in South Africa. Respect. But in 1986, his plane crashed under some seriously dodgy circumstances. Many point fingers at South Africa's apartheid regime, maybe with a Western wink. His death hit the liberation struggle hard. Mozambique celebrates Marel with statues and schools, and they need to keep his dream alive to resist Western aid traps. 8. Chris Hani, South Africa, 1993. South Africa's warrior, this anti-apartheid legend was pushing for real economic power for black South Africans, not just flags and anthems. In 1993, a right-wing knot shot him dead. Some whisper CIA or MI6 had a hand in it to keep things tame after apartheid. Hani's death, a wound that still stings. South Africa honors him with streets and awards, but the fight for land and wealth to truly break Western control continues today. 9. Herbert Chipo, Zimbabwe, 1975. Zimbabwe's freedom fighter against Rhodesian rule. He was blowing up the colonial system, literally. But in 1975, a car bomb took him out. Rhodesian spies did it, probably with British or US backup. Why? He was too dangerous to be their puppet game. Zimbabwe keeps Chitepo's name alive in schools, and they need to protect their land reforms to stay free from Western meddling. 10. Eduardo Mundane, Mozambique, 1969. The founder of Mozambique's Frelimo. He was fighting Portugal's colonial grip with a socialist twist. Bold moves. In 1969, a parcel bomb blew him up, likely from Portuguese intelligence, while the West looked away. His death was a blow, but Mozambique still broke free. They honor Mundane with universities, and they must keep investing in education to build a future no outsider can manipulate. Now, I promised you a bonus, and I know they disappoint. Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana's first president and Pan-African goat. You must be thinking, wait, them not kill him now. True, he wasn't assassinated, but hear me out. Nkrumah wanted Africa united, free from Western control, even dreaming of one African government. That scared the daylight out of the West. In 1966, while he was chilling abroad, a coup kicked him out. CIA and British intelligence fingerprint all over it. Per declassified files. He lived in exile in Guinea, far from his Ghana, heartbroken. Died in 1972 from cancer, but many say the stress and pain of being uprooted from his motherland helped push him to the grave. Not a bullet, but Neo-Colonialism still found a way to finish him. Ghana celebrates Nkrumah with holidays and monuments, and they must keep this Pan-African fire burning by building strong institutions to resist foreign tricks. There you go, guys. These are 10 African giants who had to deal with the kind of pressures that Ibrahim Traoré is dealing with today. We must learn from their stories, and our people must wake up, honoring these heroes, but most importantly, fighting to control our own resources, currencies, and futures. No more Western overlords. And right now, Ibrahim Traoré is holding it down in Burkina Faso, dodging drones and plots like a boss. He's kicking out French troops, banning Western NGOs, and pushing for African unity, learning from Sankara's playbook to avoid that tragic list. To conclude, guys, I am asking, can Traoré rewrite Africa's story and lead us to be masters of our own destiny? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let us argue it out. Remember to like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and hit that bell so you catch the next one. Stay sharp, stay proud. Africa forever. Peace out.